Good morning, Year 14. I hope everybody is having a good day. I haven't had a chance to speak to you all together since before half term, so I hope that you all had a nice break and that you're all back hitting the ground running again and well into the thick of things since returning after half term. There are a couple of housekeeping things that I would like to go through with you today. These are things that you all know already. These are things that I have mentioned in my Firefly tasks that I've sent you all, but just to reiterate these three main things. Firstly, tutor meetings in the mornings if you have class period 1, or if you and I have an arrangement that you are in school every day period 1, whether that be study or the art department or technology, then you should be in tutor meetings at 8:45 with your tutor. So that means that tutors get to touch base with everybody, some of you every day, some of you at least 2 to 3 times a week. Or for some of you, you may just come in and go to study anyway at 9, and therefore you will see your tutor every day. So if you're intending to be in school at 9, please come in that extra 15 minutes earlier and meet with your tutor for registration in the morning. Secondly, the car park, where you guys all park your cars. That is a place where you're not allowed to go during the school day. So obviously when you come in and you park, or when you're going back out to the car on the way out in the afternoon, that's fine. But you should not be in that car park during the course of the school day, even at break and lunchtime. You take from your car what you need for the day. Most of you only study 3 subjects, so that's not a lot of books to carry around in your bag during the day. Bring a school bag if you need it. But you must not be in that car park during the school day. I've stopped a number of you over the last week and I have reiterated that point. But we are going to have to follow through with sanctions or with the loss of the privilege, loss of bringing your car to school if you are there during the day. You've had plenty of warnings. UCAS, there are still some of you who have not started your UCAS application forms, and I know that Mrs. Kutsia has sent you all the Firefly tasks and how to do that, and there's been lots of tutorials. You've had loads of help sent out to you. You have your careers advisor. However, I would like to point out that this is your responsibility. If you have any questions, then feel free to approach your UCAS advisor. Feel free to ask Mrs. Kutsia during the careers lessons that you're having if you have any queries. But it is your responsibility to get onto Unifrog, to fill out your choices, to fill out and upload your personal statement. Yes, your UCAS advisor is there to help you with it and to advise you on it, but they can't advise you on it if you haven't uploaded it onto Unifrog. So they will be checking Unifrog regularly to see what you have done. So please, if you haven't already, get that uploaded onto Unifrog. And then there's the application for UCAS, which there are loads of instructions online. You need to get that done as well. So that's the housekeeping things out of the way. Now I would like to speak a little bit about your academic progress. Before half term, you all received your Progress Card 1 results, and since then I have had lots of meetings one-to-one with boys. I've had quite a few meetings with parents and boys and myself and with Mrs. Kutsia. And there's lots of interesting conversations that we have had over the last couple of weeks with different boys. And the thing that keeps coming up the most is that boys are saying that they haven't been motivated, that they haven't been working hard enough, and that they know that. So boys, I just want to have one final push at saying this before it's too late. Generally, pupils who are getting better grades, in general, are putting more effort into their studies, and that is really clear. Yes, we have the boys who maybe aren't putting in as much effort and are still getting the high grades. They're clever enough to do that. That's great. But we do see that perhaps with some people who are putting in the effort, that they have good effort grades and they're still not getting good academic grades. Perhaps they're just not practicing in the right way. And what they have done since the last progress card is they have gained feedback from their teachers to enable them to work on what is going wrong, work on what they need to improve for next time. I think that it's really important that you all have a vision, that you all focus on the end goal. Yes, we have mentioned the possibility of centre assessed grades. We don't know yet. We don't know if there are going to be exams. We don't know if centre assessed grades are going to have any bearing on your final A2 results. But there is still that chance. And so you can't afford to risk this. I want to say to you all now that Progress Card 1 results will not be your centre assessed grade. Okay, so if you didn't do well in Progress Card 1, there is still the time, there is still the chance for you to improve and get better. Okay, if centre assessed grades have any bearing on your results at A2 level, teachers, and centres will not look at Progress Card 1 only. It will be the build-up of all the progress cards throughout the year. It will be all the past paper results that you sit. It will be the overall picture. It won't just be one, okay? So whilst I'm saying don't worry about Progress Card 1, I'm saying don't worry about it. I'm saying don't panic. But what I am saying to you is if you were panicking, if you were annoyed, then you need to do something about that, because if all of your progress cards end up like that, if all of your work is like that this year, then teachers won't have the proof there to give you the grade that you deserve or the grade that they think you're capable of. They don't have that proof and they therefore can't give you those grades. Okay, so now is the time where you need to start working if you haven't been working already. Some boys have admitted not working very well in September at all. Your next progress card comes out now before Christmas, which means over this next week to 2 weeks, your teachers will be basing those assessments for your next progress card that you get before Christmas. So this is your chance, this is your opportunity now to really work hard. Some years, I talk to boys and, I am confident that even though they aren't working hard, I could confidently say they will pull it out of the bag at the end. Coming up to those exams when they get off for study leave, they will work their socks off and they will get the grades that they are capable of. But this year we can't afford to take that risk. We may not have exams. So this is my final time that I'm going to say this to you boys. You need to make the effort. You need to take the responsibility for your own studies. You need to think about next year. What are you going to do if you fail? What are you going to do if you don't get the grades that you aspire to get? What is your backup plan? If you come out of here with the grades that you got in Progress Card 1, what are you going to do? You need to think about that if you're not willing to work and put in the effort. Think of the money as well that your parents are spending to send you here. Don't waste that. Independent study at A-level, we would recommend that you spend at least 5 hours per subject per week. So if you study 3 subjects, that's 15 hours at least per week on top of your set tasks from your teachers. If you're behind in a lot of work, if you need to work harder at the minute, you should up that to 20 hours. 20 hours then over 3 subjects. Obviously that's more over 4 subjects per week. So if you were to do 3 hours per evening over the 5 nights during the week, that's 15 hours. However, you don't have to do that. You can maybe do 2 and then on a Saturday or Sunday make up for that time during the week. But that's the sort of work that you need to be putting in for these A-levels. These are really hard exams. These are difficult. These require effort, a lot of effort. Probably one of the hardest exams you'll ever do. So this is the last time that I'm saying it. You must put in the effort. You must take responsibility for your own learning. If you don't know what you need to do, you need to seek advice from your tutor. Your tutors are all there in the mornings at 8:45 every day. You can call to their rooms and organise a meeting with them. You can see me. You can ask your teachers for feedback. Say, look, I got this in this progress card, in this test. What do I need to do to get this better? What do I need to do from now on? And go away and do it. Okay? So that's all from me today. Just a really boring video update, some housekeeping issues, and a real big push for effort between now over the next couple of weeks for this next progress card. A real big push for effort. everyone just get stuck in, get your heads down in study hall, focus in study hall as well, use the time in there to get your tasks done set by your teachers. No messing around, no turning around in your seat in study hall, no messing around with hand gel, okay? This is the time now for you to focus and to put in that effort. Okay, thank you.